Welcome back to the motherfucking podcast, guys.
I'm Stephanie.
I'm Lacey, and this is Here We Go. Y'all, today, this was our best episode yet.
Wow. We bring on Jacqueline.
Jacqueline
Valentine, who we initially brought on because we had been searching for like a sugar baby to kind of bring on and talk about their experience. But whenever, with booking her for this, that's what I thought the topic was going to be about. But then as I go down to grab her from outside and bring her up to the elevator, like right before filming, we start talking about everything else she does. And I was like, wait, what all do you do? She's like, I do porn. Like, and I was like,
what?
Wait, I was like, so Sugar Baby was just like kind of like a small branch. She was like, yeah. And so now I'm like, wait a minute, we have to rework this whole interview.
Yeah.
You're an adult entertainer. And she does webcamming, OnlyFans, fetish bookings, porn,
sugar baby. I think that's it. I mean, fetish bookings was interesting.
I thought there was one more. Whatever. Anyway, like she blew our minds.
Wow. I've never learned about this industry before. I've never
talked to a porn star.
Me neither. Wow.
It was so cool to see someone so comfortable with that, like with sex. Like she was like, yeah, here's me having sex with a guy on Twitter. Like, here's this.
Here's my ass. Here's my pussy.
Yeah,
here's my
titties. I was just like, it's like not vulgar, but like I have those friends that like will talk like that, but just to see how confident and like sexy she was about it, I was like, yeah, the hell?
Just open too.
Yeah, we cover so many topics. This was one of those interviews that I felt we asked her everything. Yeah. Like I was like, I can't, my brain is mush at this point.
What we talked about? Obviously the porn, shooting the porn, like what else? Cosmetic surgery. We talk about the money. We talk about fetish bookings, which was insane to learn about, like to hear about some of her fetish stories.
Her growing up Mormon.
Yeah, her growing up Mormon, sugaring, being a sugar baby.
She's sober in this industry. I mean, I just have a lot of respect for her, and I have a lot of respect for this, for sex workers. Like I've always have, but like even more so now, I'm just like, fuck.
Wow.
Yeah, like... Yeah, we cover a lot. We also kind of talk about our own experiences a little bit. I kind of threw Lacey off for some of that, but
wow. I knew Stephanie like was into some things, but I was like, I had no idea what she was into. I mean, wow. It's not like whatever, but I just didn't know.
I mean, and whenever we were bringing up the sugar baby topic, I was like, you know what? I can definitely relate with being a sugar mama, and that was like one goal in dating. Whenever I became single, I was like, you know what? I'm so fucking tired of providing for guys. Like I think it's fine to do that sometimes, but like every guy I've ever been with, I've literally paid for a guy to go to school, and he did at college, and he didn't go. I paid for a guy to his phone, his car. I've given a guy $20 for weed every day, and I've paid for my like housing, travel, rent, food, meals, like literally everything. So, and it's to the point now where
what is that? Does that like how have you found yourself in these situations every time?
Well, there's two things. One, in Arkansas, it was hard for me to find guys that were making more than me, and like that were on my level with that. And so like I was just dating like guys, like we're younger and stuff, and they're like either in school or like, they're getting their career off the ground or something like that. So that was that thing. Or I just dated the worst kind of like, not just guys that just fucking sit around and don't do anything,
I do like partnerships. Like
I love that,
like I like asking guys on dates. I like paying for meals. Because I enjoy
that.
Yeah. And I'm like just wondering, because that actually sometimes I don't want it to be just me being the breadwinner. Like, I like equality, I like help. But, doing that makes me feel needed, and like it makes me feel important.
I do like that. I like providing.
Yeah.
Maybe that's because that's all I'm used to. Like, for example, on my 21st birthday, the guy I was dating at the time not only made me buy my own drink and dinner, but also his as well on my birthday in Dallas. And I was just like, so it's to the point now where I can't ask anybody for help unless there's like, I pay them. I'm like, I don't know. It's honestly not good. Like like even my family, like I'm like, hey, if you will pick up this for me, I'll give you like $20. I can't ask for help without paying at all anymore. But with dating now, I'm like, you know what? I'm always going to be that person that will pay. Like, I would love to split the bill or something like that. But I want to find someone that's fucking like settled into their careers and like I don't have to fucking like provide, And so even with a relationship or the dating that I had, what do you call that? Or do you call it a relationship?
It's situation.
I guess it was a relationship in a sense, but like they literally told me, I guess it's just so flipped because I paid for my breakfast and they were like, the fact that you paid for your breakfast is mind-blowing for me. And I was like, oh, I have to pay for my own shit. Like I get anxiety. I don't like feeling like I owe someone something.
Yeah.
So I've always like just expected to do that. But also I don't know, because I kind of like it.
It's nice to be treated. It's nice to be courted. But also, like, same thing. Like,
but like with the guy that I was telling you about that I'm like just so like in love with, basically. Yeah. I told you, I was like, I'll provide for him for the rest of his life. It's like a thing. And that brings me comfort. So what the fuck is it? Maybe I can really relate to the sugar daddy thing.
You just want to take care of people.
Yeah.
I don't know, but also I get the like holding your own. Like, even like, the dude I have a thing with, like, he's very well off.
Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah.
Like, and I like to pay for my stuff. I'm just like, you don't have to, even though like you're very much like, you got it. But I like to pay for myself.
Yeah.
Because also like the people he's surrounded with expect him to pay for everything, literally everything. And I almost like, I like to be almost like that person that's like, gives him a sense of normalcy. That's like, hey, you're still a fucking normal human. Like, I can take care of myself. Like, we're equal.
Yeah. Like,
even though we're not, we are.
Yeah. And it's a weird thing with money and dating. Like, the guy I was just seeing was like, the fact that I know that you can pay for yourself and me and probably
it's
like
hot.
everybody,
it's
he was
so
like, makes
attractive.
me want to pay for it. And I was like,
yeah,
I don't know what's happening. Like,
I don't know, because obviously some men want to just take care of a woman, pay for all of their shit. Nobody's gonna be dangling shit over my head.
No, that's another thing.
I want my freedom.
Used to do that.
Yeah, and that might be where it comes from. My parents used to dangle money over my head.
No, yeah, like my dad would get me, like, buy me something for Christmas and then use it against me later. And I'm like, but I didn't even. What? I can't do that. I will never. If I get that, maybe if I was like younger and like immature, I might have done this. But like, if I get you something, I don't remind you that. Yeah. Like, I don't remind, unless I'm like, hey, like if I need you to do something, I'm like, hey, remember when I did this for you though? Like, remember when maybe like an act of service, but never a gift. Never like something physical.
Yeah, but it's also because I think we're natural gift givers.
Yeah.
But yeah, my parents, when I was like 18 in college, my mom would always threaten to stop paying my rent.
Oh my God.
Always.
Yes.
And then like when I was 19,
or
I was
my phone was a thing.
Yeah, it was like when I didn't want to do what she wanted to do, she'd always be like, figure it out on your own. I'm not paying your rent. And so it was always a threat. And I was like, fuck this. So like, it taught me to become financially independent 19 years old in college.
That sounds like my dad.
Yeah. It's like,
it's nice
I hate having people. I don't like when people think they have power over me.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that, because you don't.
Yeah.
You don't own me. I'm not yours.
It's so weird to do that to somebody.
Yeah. Yeah, dating and money can get foggy.
I was dating a guy earlier this year, and it was weird because the only time he ever paid for a dinner was our first date. And then I was like, okay, but then every time after that, he would ask me to go to like have lunch with him and his friends, and we would split the bill. Not split the bill. We would pay for our own thing. Well, that's splitting the bill, but it literally never again paid for anything. And I was like,
no.
I was like, I don't need you to pay. I could pay for everyone in this fucking room, but it's the.
You asked me,
and I'm like, it's the gesture. It's a fun part about dating,
Yeah.
It's like, you do things, and like,
I love the game where it's like, hey, I got it next time.
Yes.
I
said that to him.
Hey, I'll get drinks, or hey, I'll get the popcorn and you get the movie.
Or like I would drive us to these places, or I would pick them up or take, because people just like don't have cars here. But like I don't know. I'm such a person, like I would have rather done that. Like I've dated people, this year that I'm like, hey, I'll get the next thing, or you get the next thing. But this was so like split every single time, and it just turned out like whenever we were ending things that he was like, my last relationship, she mooched off of me the entire time. And I was like, I do fine. I don't need you to pay for me. But I was like, try not to bring that into your next things, because like that doesn't make, like you can't, this is dating. Like it's a fun part to do that, like you just do that. I don't know why, but like it's a thing.
Yeah, I hate mooching.
Oh yeah,
I like to provide for myself, for my friends, and the people I love. Like I've never had the mindset of like, what can I get from you?
I've never dated a guy thinking like they could pay for anything that I need.
Never.
I
have never dated a guy with the intentions to like live off of them. And that's fine if you do, but like that's not why I'm dating. Like I
can't imagine.
It goes back to the you're not gonna have power over me.
Well, I can't date someone with money in mind, because like I would be so miserable.
Yeah, like.
But either way, I'm sorry, we're so getting off the topic of our guest. This has nothing to do with her whatsoever.
Yeah, what rabbit hole did we just like
down? Having a revelation over here. But anyway, to kind of reel it back into this, Jacqueline Valentine.
Yeah, y'all ready to talk about porn?
Like, we weren't ready. We had no idea. But this is truly 100% one of the most interesting topics.
Eye-opening. Like, it's shit that I've always been curious about.
Yeah, and it's not like porn, like Pornhub. It's OnlyFans.
Yeah.
And that's what OnlyFans was originally for.
I love that she's in control of everything that she does.
Everything. And I have so much respect for her. She's just so fucking, like, I just want to, how do you embody that? You'll see. You'll see in here. She's just like,
wow.
It's just someone that like, damn, how do you hang? I would just like to hang out with her.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say in this intro, because just what you're about to listen to is
really
a lot.
We can't really talk too much about it, because it's just like, holy shit. just pay, just stay tuned, because like, oh my god,
just fucking buckle the fuck up, bitches.
That's what I'm saying. Just buckle up and let's get into this episode.
So without further ado, here we go. Welcome back, guys. Y'all, we're so excited to introduce today's guest, because we just learned so much.
Literally right before we hit record, we just learned more about her. And
my understanding is we were about to bring on a sugar baby, just like a sugar baby. I knew you did other things, but now I'm like, you're a porn star.
Like, you're legit. That's fine. There's so many hats to you. And at first we were like, okay, adult entertainer. And then it's like, oh wait, no. Like, you're it. Like, this is, okay.
You do it all.
We have on Jacqueline.
Hello.
And introduce yourself. Who are you? What all do you do? Where are you from?
I am Jacqueline Valentine, your year-round Valentine. I am 26. I grew up in Denver, Colorado.
Oh, wow.
You grew up here.
I did grow up here.
Cool.
Yeah. And I guess I kind of do it all. My main focus of interest right now is OnlyFans and the porn world.
Wow.
Yeah, but I've done like kind of every aspect of sex work in general.
How did you get into this?
Okay, so I've always been fascinated by sexuality, just like people's sexuality.
Okay, wow.
But I pulled the trigger when I was 18. I was in a really bad relationship, and the guy was just, he wasn't so great. So I needed a way to make extra income to get out of the situation. So I picked up webcamming. Webcamming just in your room with the camera on your laptop, doing your thing online with viewers.
What website?
Yeah.
I was using CamSoda at the time, but I've used Chatterbait, Cam4.
Chatterbait.
I've literally never even heard of these websites.
Yeah.
Chatterbait I've heard of. It's good. Yeah.
Yeah. And you get online and people will basically tip you to do whatever they want and whatever's comfortable within your boundaries, of course. But yes.
Wow. So like, does your family know that you do all this?
So my family knows to an extent. My parents think they think I'm just a stripper.
Okay.
Wow.
And we stopped there. My siblings, they definitely know about everything. One of my brothers is actually really supportive. My mom is supportive of sex work in general. I think she considers it a real job.
Yeah.
Do they wish I was doing something else? Sure.
Yeah.
But, yeah, they know.
Wait, are you a stripper too?
I've been a stripper, but I haven't danced in probably a year.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Wait, how big is your family? Like, how many siblings do you have?
So I have 2 brothers and my mom and dad. And then I have a few other siblings, but I was adopted when I was younger, so it's just a bit complicated situation.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow.
Damn. It's hard to find somebody like born and raised in Denver, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Everyone's moving here.
Yeah. Well, so like, what was your first, aside from webcamming, like how did it grow from that to this?
So I took some time off actually. So I was webcamming, got out of that relationship, got a boyfriend, and with the boyfriend, sometimes you get tamed, I suppose.
Yeah.
Right? So once we broke up, I just really dived right into it. I was working a regular job. I was working at a restaurant. And then one day I just decided to quit my job. And all I was doing was webcamming. I just walked out one day and decided, screw it, I'm done working for somebody else.
Yeah.
And I started webcamming like hard. I mean, like I would webcam all day for like 5 hours at a time, sometimes every single day. Yeah. And then it kind of spiraled into dancing. And dancing I liked, but I really like the virtual world. That's kind of my jam. But
Yeah. Okay. So what all do you do?
okay, so
Like, let's get this out all.
Because there's so many things.
yeah. So I have done the webcamming, which we discussed. I do OnlyFans. I've done dancing. I've been a sugar baby. Am currently a sugar baby. And I've done fetish bookings. Fetish bookings are where certain people have very specific tastes and they want to reenact that in the bedroom. So I help them with their fantasies.
Oh, okay. I want to know, what was it? Is it the difference between a fetish and a kink?
I would say it's the same thing, just
Okay.
different. Yeah, tomato.
Oh, okay.
Wait,
Yeah.
what? Okay. What's your favorite thing to do?
OnlyFans.
Okay.
Why is that?
I think it's just, I love collabing with different content creators and, getting down and dirty. And
Is that where like you do like the I guess technically like the porn, like filming and everything?
yeah.
Okay.
It's funny how we say collab, like, hey, like we'll
You wanna
reach out to each
collab?
other. Yeah, we're like, hey, you want to collab? But really what we're saying is like, hey, you trying to fuck? Like, so.
Okay. Okay, so first let's talk about OnlyFans, and then we'll kind of like go into all the other.
So
branches.
OnlyFans is kind of like the porn. Mm-hmm. Okay.
So is that ever weird? Like, is it ever like you're having sex with strangers? So like,
Yeah.
how do you have to meet beforehand and like get to know each other, or should it be like raw, like we're like strangers, hot and heavy?
No, usually the first time that we link up and do our thing is the first time I've ever met them. And we'll talk for like, 20 minutes while we get set up before, and then we just go.
What was your first experience with this?
Well, when I first started, it was super, super amateur. So I just had a girlfriend that also did OnlyFans, and she would just come over to my place and we would just record content together. It was just us in a tripod. So I set up
girl on girl?
Girl on girl, yeah. I predominantly do girl on girl content,
wow.
but I have done collabs with male entertainers.
Why do you prefer girl on girl?
Because I love me some women, man.
Wow. Okay, so then are you, I guess, like, would you, like, are you like bisexual?
Yeah, I would say I'm bisexual. I would say mentally I lean more towards men, but sexually I actually lean more towards women. So.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
I've been curious recently because I'm just like,
are
what?
you curious?
Well, it's just like, I'm not really attracted to women in that way, but I'm so curious as to what it's like to kiss a girl. I want to know what that feels like.
Just hook up one.
Try it.
Yeah.
Like, just try it one time.
I've told Lacey that I'm like, I feel like, yes, I'm really curious, especially like when it comes to like a girl like going down, because I have never had a good experience with a guy doing that. And so I'm just like, I would be curious in that sense, but also I feel like if a girl did that, I would start laughing.
Just be like, Probably depend on how good it was.
I think something would have to be involved because I'd be like, I don't know. But
so in regards to sleeping with people, do you have any boundaries around that? Do you have to discuss boundaries beforehand?
Yeah, we discuss boundaries actually before every single collab, and it's usually done in the text messages when we're talking and right before the film, just so that everything is fresh. My personal boundaries, I don't really have a lot, to be honest. With men, my boundaries actually just don't like pick me up and manhandle me. I don't like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like
why
if you're
is
going to
that?
try to like pick me up and throw me against the wall, I don't know. I just like, you're not in charge. I am sit down.
Oh,
so, like I don't like that. But yeah, so you discuss boundaries. Common ones are like spit. Some people don't like too much spit.
Yeah,
but
I don't think I
stuff.
like too much spit.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
My ex
somebody
used to
just-
spit in my face.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
Did you open your mouth?
Whoa.
There's like a low-key freak in there.
Oh, there's very much that.
You spit in your face?
Oh, yeah.
You're like spit
I'm
in your
into
mouth.
all of that stuff.
Yeah.
But like,
wow.
I hold it together. I'm a classy lady, you know? I'm, in the streets, I'm like, you know.
Right.
But behind that,
Right.
it gets
that
weird.
song.
Yeah.
My lady in the
Street,
streets in the
breathe
dress that I
Wait, so, okay. What's been the weirdest experience with that, like with filming sex and everything?
I don't actually think I've had a weird experience. Like the main thing is I am usually always nervous before I shoot. If I've shot with someone before, the nerves are lessened, but even as many times as I shot, I just still get nervous, and I just, want to perform the best, and I want to make sure everybody's comfortable.
Yeah. What do you do to get comfortable? Do you have to like maybe drink a little bit?
No, I'm actually sober. I don't drink.
Yeah, you're sober in the industry. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So then how do you get in this mood? Are you just like, or are you like just kind of like maybe more sexual than, or just like, you're just, I don't know.
It kind of depends on the vibe. Like sometimes certain girls that I meet with, like it's totally a little more staged, like we will literally sit down and we'll discuss like, okay, so the first scene you're going to lay down, I'm going to go and eat your pussy, and then you're going to turn around for me, and I'm going to finger you this way and finger blast you this way, and yada, yada, yada. And we'll literally have the cameraman, he's sitting there recording it, and after 5 minutes he's like, that's 5, and then we roll over and change it up. There are other times where me and the girl are just really, really into each other, and it's just this one consistent flow. I think the nerves kind of die off like after we start making out.
Yeah, wait. Do you come up with storylines? Like
I
do you
don't.
you have like a skit? Like is that like a thing?
No, I like to keep my my videos genuine and very amateur.
I hate the skits.
Me too. I think they're so cheesy and corny.
Yeah.
It's like a boner kill for me.
But like, how do you get it? Like, I just need to watch one, I think.
Yeah, I'll give you a free trial to my OnlyFans when we're done.
No, I want to pay for that shit.
Yeah, wait, okay, so do you just release it exclusively to OnlyFans, or is other stuff on like other porn websites?
Yeah, all my stuff is exclusive to OnlyFans. Some of it is on my main wall page, so you can subscribe and see a full 40-minute video right then and there. And then there's some videos that I charge extra for through the DMs.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's fake. I'm just like blown away.
Yeah,
right
wait,
now.
so what is your processing, like your scheduling and posting and sending out messages on OnlyFans?
So what do you mean with the scheduling?
Like, do you have like I need to send out one video a week, or like this is how many times I post on my feed?
She
this is how much
does
I
OnlyFans
charge.
as well.
I don't do porn.
Right.
But-
It's like more boudoir.
Yeah. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is my first time talking to somebody that actually uses OnlyFans for like what it's known for.
Right.
This is so fascinating to me.
Right. So I guess I try to post pictures or solo content once a day.
Okay,
and
wow.
then I try to collab a couple times a month. And, with everybody's schedules, sometimes it doesn't always work out that way. Sometimes I have 5 collabs in a month, 10 collabs in a month, and then other times I have 2.
Wow. Do you ever fly anybody in?
Yeah, totally. All the time. So
I was about to say, like, it's a small town.
totally.
Like,
Yeah. People will fly here, or I will fly to other places. Common places are Vegas and LA. I'm going back and forth between there all the time. But yeah, it's fun. I get tested every 2 weeks to make sure that,
ask
yeah. So I actually go every 2 weeks on the marker, to make sure everything is.
Well, how's
squared away.
protection like? What what is the protection conversation and stuff in that industry?
So we always send each other our paperwork. So everybody goes and gets tested, and then you text, email a copy of your lab results just to make sure everything is legitimate. We also sign forms to entitle each content creator to their own content. So at the end of the shoot, we'll sign paperwork saying that you get to distribute it how you want to, I get to distribute it how I want to, and everybody's going to make their own money off of it.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Right.
Okay. Have you ever collaborated with somebody and then you're like, I hated that experience?
No, I never have. There's been times where like I'm not as obsessed with the video as other videos. You can't win them all. Like sometimes like, oh man,
it's like
I
all
wish.
an energy thing too, right?
Yeah, totally. Or like even angles. I'm like, man, why didn't I open up like this way? It's so true though. Like when I'm filming, I'm literally like, I'm so into her, and of course, like, I'm trying to get down and dirty, but in the back of my mind, I'm always thinking, like, is my leg opened up so they can see, the full, like, like, I'm always moving girls' face or hair out of their face so that way the camera can see, like, the angles of their faces. Things like that. Like, even the way I eat pussy is different on camera than how I would in my private life, because I want them to see me flicking the bean, as opposed to like this full face.
I love you so much. Wait, so then that goes along with, we've discussed this, like, male is the way you're having sex with women, is it relatable to like actual lesbian sex?
Yeah, I do think it is relatable.
Maybe just like you're angling it differently, but the way you're doing it is not like male oriented, like not like male, like Pornhub, like where it's like so male driven that it doesn't even seem like actual lesbian sex.
Right. No, I think it like I said, my main thing is I want it to be genuine. So like while we might discuss like, oh, this is how we're going to run the scene. We're going to start with me eating you out first and then we'll switch. It's still a genuine thing that I'm doing. I still want her to feel good. I still want her to make me feel good. So I want all the sounds to be genuine. I want,
because you're not doing it for like a male's perspective. You're doing it because you're doing it maybe like on the angle side of it, but like you're doing it is how you would do things.
I would say it's both. Yeah,
okay.
It's both.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, like I do fuck in real life how I fuck on camera. I'm just not thinking about like all the production aspect of it. I guess.
How did you find a production team?
So since I am an amateur porn star, my production team is myself. I actually have a friend who records everything for me. I met her at...
So it's a girl that shoots.
It's a girl.
Okay.
It's a girl. I have had a few guys film, like a few guys or a few girls' boyfriends have filmed. But it's literally off my iPhone. So I just have her record on my iPhone. So I mean, like, yeah, super genuine. Like, this is just me and the girl in the room with one other person.
I want to do this.
Well, what's up?
I want to record this. I want this experience. I feel like I would be very good at it.
Wait, to record?
To record it.
I was like,
I thought she was talking about a feature. I was like, what's up?
a feature.
You want to sign some paperwork, baby?
That would be so funny. Oh my God.
No, she just
Maybe.
records, and then I use Splice on my phone, and I just put all of the footage in there and cut out anything that, you know, I feel I don't want in there. And
You know what's interesting? And it goes for OnlyFans content, even Instagram content. iPhone shit does way better. Like we were talking about on an Instagram front, we'll do these extravagant photo shoots and they're beautiful, and it's like I'm like, this is as sexy as I can get.
Yeah.
But they don't do as good as like an iPhone pic in a swimsuit.
No, it's so true. Like on Twitter, for example, if you post a professional photo shoot, the engagement is crap. If I post a picture of me on my bed, just selfie mode, the engagement goes way up. Like people want that because people want that genuine experience. You know, people want that real life stuff. Like, especially just porn is so saturated with so much production, and you know, nobody knows what's real and what's not. And I think that's why OnlyFans has been so successful, is you get more personal connection with people.
Right.
That's true.
I do like the whole you filming it on the phone thing. I think that's fucking.
Yeah.
I think it's just real.
It is, and it makes people, I think, more comfortable like than shooting on a set. You know what I mean?
Have you ever like been about to like have sex like with a guy and like you're like not like what or like anything?
No, I've actually been really into all the guys I've collabed with.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Do you have like a type, or like do you just kind of like?
Ooh, man. I guess my type. Shit. Okay, well, I like boyfriend-sized dicks, so that's my type.
What does that mean?
Like you know, like
boyfriend size?
Yeah,
You know,
like
boyfriend dick.
6 and under is cool with me.
Oh,
like, I don't
okay.
need like this giant monster.
Oh God,
cock.
yeah, no. I don't need a large schlong.
No, I mean, even though the guys I have
Boyfriend-sized
collabed with, they do have horse cocks, but my preference is a boyfriend-sized dick.
Have you never heard of boyfriend dick?
No.
Oh wow, they're
boyfriend
golden.
dick. Yeah.
No, we've discussed that I would prefer that, like after the experience that I've had.
It's so true. I collab with this guy, Troy Francisco, and he's the, you know, pretty hot deal in the industry. Look him up, whatever. But my pussy like just went back to normal after collabing with him. Like, I swear to God, he stretched me out for like a month and a half, which is like, you know, not my favorite thing.
How many collabs did y'all do?
I've done 2 with him. So I did one-on-one with him, and then one with his girlfriend, who is Miss J Fucks, who is amazing. I'm obsessed with her. Love her.
Wow.
Yeah. So every time it's like things are not the same after that, man.
No.
They are not. I gotta kegel some shit.
Oh wow,
This is the best interview ever. Okay, wait. I want to move on to like sugar daddy stuff, sugar baby stuff. So, how did you get into that industry?
So I think it came from the job that I had before all the sex work. I was working in fine dining. So it was a really nice restaurant, and I always had these old men like wanting to take me out and wanting to hang out. And I think when I was younger, I wasn't the wiser. I didn't really realize what they were trying to do. But once I got older, I was like, oh, they want a whole ass arrangement. So I had a lot of offers already from where I was working. And it just kind of spiraled. Like, they would take me out for lunch, and then the next question was how much for lunch. So you would go get lunch, and, you know, I want $500 for lunch. So
Wow.
right. So, and then I started realizing like, oh, there's a whole niche for this. Like this,
Especially here in Denver, right? It's called sugaring, right?
I mean, I think so. I'm not sure how our state compares to other states, but there's definitely clientele out there. You know, you get sexy, look real cute, go in packs of 2, never 3. That's too intimidating. Go to a bar, sit there, look lonely, and wait for somebody to come buy your drink.
But nice places.
Nice places. I mean, depending on the clientele, but I like my clientele a little.
You know what's interesting? I didn't know this, but I used to sell wine, and I would go into these Beverly Hills hotels. And because I was selling wine, I'd go and sit at the bar alone and wait for the bar manager. And I later found out that is where you go find clients, like in those Beverly Hills hotels sitting at the bar.
So being a sugar baby literally found you.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. It just kind of like fell into my lap.
What an interesting thing.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And then next thing I knew, I just had this little client list, and all sugar daddies are different. Like some sugar daddies only want to talk to you when you're actually there meeting. They have lives outside of it. Some sugar daddies really want this genuine girlfriend experience connection where, you're texting them all the time and they're really high maintenance. They demand a lot of your attention.
Do you like that?
No, I like my sugar daddies more like when we meet, we hang out, and then we're done. But with that being said, I have had sugar daddies that, I've grown so fond of. Like they've become great mentors to me. They're there for me. Wow. They answer the phone for me. Yeah, like they help me out. Anytime I've ever been in a bad situation, like I get in a car accident or I need a vet bill paid or things like that, I go to them and it's no questions asked. They help me out and they have my back. So, I mean, I have had some that I consider great friends and I'm grateful for them. And, I genuinely really appreciate them and I'm happy to provide the companionship that they need.
Yeah.
So
are these,
go ahead.
I want to know, okay, are these men just like loaded?
The ones that I work with are, but there's some that aren't. Like I know men that it's probably not in their budget, but rather than going out crazy on the town all night, he decides to spend his money on his sugar baby instead.
Yeah. Wow. Do you know what these men do? Like I always want to know, like, how are you rich?
She does always want to know that.
I'm like, how do you make money?
A lot of real estate brokers, lawyers.
Yeah.
Have you ever started dating a sugar daddy?
Yeah, totally. I dated a 48-year-old for, I think it was like 6 months or something like that.
Oh, and it's just like,
yeah, I just really was into him. I thought he was so great. He was such a sweetheart, and it started off professional and it just ended up, we really liked each other. But where's the future with me and a 48-year-old?
Yeah, so, exactly.
Yeah.
Some girls make it work. I couldn't.
Well, so like what is an experience of being a sugar baby? Like I know that each guy is different, but what's one that you can what's something that you have that you do, or what a criteria of being a sugar baby with one of these guys?
I think for most people it's dinners. Like you go to dinner a lot and then they like to hang out after, and depending on your relationship with your sugar parent. There's women sugar mamas too, and there's even couples that have their sugar baby together. So yeah, no, totally. I can't wait to have one of my own.
Oh my God. Wait, so do you ever do anything sexual with these people? If it's just
not everybody does, but I totally have. I've had online relationships where we do not, and I'm just really there for companionship and to just be like a best friend role. Yeah, totally. And listen to them and talk to them. But yeah, totally. I think there's kind of this stigma where a lot of girls like to say oh no, I would never fuck my sugar daddy. I don't do that. Well, yes, you fucking do.
Oh,
wait,
hold on, your phone.
Getting blown up. So totally, yeah.
Wow.
I, Jacqueline Valentine, have fucked a sugar daddy.
Damn, that was hot. Can I make that my ringtone?
Wait, with sex, I find it with me, sex makes me start having feelings for people. Have you experienced that? You're like, whoa, I'm starting to feel some type of way towards this person.
I know girls that have. Myself, I really try to separate it for me. And I think I'm really good at separating that boundary of, this is work. And that comes with practice. When I first started hanging out with people in that way, I think there were times, hence me dating that one guy, there were times I'm like, oh man, I'm really into this guy. But as you continue to do it, you just start to mold yourself and adapt yourself to how you want to run your business. And I like to keep my private life private, and that's a professional thing for me.
Yeah.
So
is it hard to like be in a relationship in this field?
Yeah, definitely. You struggle. Any man that I'm with has to be very confident in himself and open to sharing, you know?
Yeah. Are you dating anybody now?
I'm not dating anybody now. My last boyfriend he was pretty great though. I mean, I was in the industry with him, and I did collabs with other men with him and women with or when I was with him. And you know, he was very accepting, and he was actually like my biggest supporter.
Wow.
But it takes a rare breed of men.
Oh, absolutely.
To do that. But
do you even like being in a relationship with this, or do you just kind of like, I mean, I just am so emotional that it'd be so hard for me to break, like after I've experienced someone sexually and I like them, it's hard for me to like separate. And so I feel like, is it just hard to kind of like build that wall up and like separate the two, I guess? Or was it easy?
For me, no, I'm not sure why that is. I just think that sex is just sex for me. That's a physical form of love, or a physical form of work. But like love to me runs so much deeper. Like it's the mental connection that I have with you. That's what really holds me. Like sex is just sex. Like
do people treat you differently when they find out that you're an adult entertainer?
I would say yes. It's either one of two things. It's either the judgment card, and in which case I don't care. Other people's opinions of me are not my business. Or it's they just want to know all the things. You know, they're like, oh my gosh, tell me about your life. But yeah, people treat you differently.
Wow. So like, is respect like an issue like with any of that? Like, do you ever have to like, do you deal with like trolls and stuff online or anything like that?
Yeah, and I think that comes with especially on Twitter, having a big social media platform.
Twitter's raw as fuck. I had no idea that you just like you post anything.
I post my pussy on Twitter, post my titties on Twitter. Watch me get railed on Twitter. Follow me.
We're definitely going to link your Twitter. Oh my God.
I know. Imagine my OnlyFans.
Oh my. I'm subscribing. I am. Wait, okay. So like with that though, do you prefer people to be anonymous or do you want to know who they are?
I don't actually care either way. It's funny. Some guys will log on and they're like, oh my gosh, I knew you once. And I'm like, okay, you want to tell me or not? And then they try to like play this game of like me trying to hunt down who they possibly are. And I'm like, I really don't care. Like, let me know or don't. I think it's more awkward for them. I have met people
like outside of it?
just going out, like say I'm going out downtown and I've had people walk up to me and they're like, oh, you're Jacqueline, right? Like you're Jacqueline Valentine. I follow your OnlyFans. And usually it's them blushing, not me. Like they're like, oh my gosh, I've seen this girl. Well, I'm not going to say what I've seen, but you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my. So like, how big is your following?
On Twitter, I'm almost to 90K. And then OnlyFans, I'm at a couple thousand.
Oh, wow.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Oh, do you charge monthly or is your page free and then you charge for the messages?
I charge monthly. I charge $12 a month. And then I always am running sales. And then what I do for the people that resubscribe and they do pay that $12 is they either get free full length sex tapes or they get, I sell it to them for like $3.
Wow.
I'm just adding, if you have a couple thousand subscribers on OnlyFans, $12 a month, that's a lot of money per month.
Right.
I know. Fucking amazing.
Are you managing this all by yourself?
I do. I manage my own, and then I actually have 3 other girls' accounts that I help manage.
Oh my God. You are sugar mama.
Oh man, it's a lot. I'm busy all the time. I'm glued to my phone. I logged 11
hours. It's blown
up
up since
time.
we've even
I know. I just need to
No, like I'm seeing, I'm like, oh my God, her live. Well, I kind of want to get into your background a little bit. So you grew up Mormon, right?
I did.
Yeah. So what? Like, how'd you escape that?
What?
Escape is the right word. Yeah. Okay. So I never related with the Mormon community ever. it was always something that was just a little bit too much for me, really restrictive. I'm sure that the way I grew up probably does correlate into why I am the way I am now. I value my freedom above all things.
You seem like you have to have, like, you know, like you're very free.
Yeah,
like,
I don't like anything tying me down to the way that somebody thinks the way, like, I should live my life.
Right.
I will live my life the way that I want to live my life, regardless of people's opinions, morals, or beliefs. Like, as long as you're not hurting other people and offending other people, I think adults should be able to do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
So,
which doesn't fall under the Mormon faith
no,
at all.
not at all. Not at all. So, I mean, I never connected with it. I remember when I was 16, I ended up getting a job and I told them to schedule me on Sundays. I was like, schedule me doubles on Sundays so I could skip church. Like,
fuck, yeah.
Yeah, like oh man, it was just.
How did you leave?
I just stopped going, to be honest.
And your parents didn't care?
They did. I think they still to this day are really, they're upset that I don't want to follow their values. I think they still accept me for who I am. You know, they haven't disowned me or anything like that. And I'm really lucky, actually, in that.
Right.
In that
So they're
aspect.
still in it.
Yeah, they are still practicing, and they're very devout.
Are your brothers?
No. All of the kids kind of left the fold.
So are you guys all close or no?
I'm really close with one brother, but I do have another brother that doesn't speak to me because of my job. So
why?
Yeah,
I mean,
you know, it's
to
just,
not speak.
Yeah, it's just not for everybody, and I think it crosses a boundary with him. So we talk at family gatherings and things like that, but we never go out of our way to see each other anymore.
Did y'all ever like discuss this? Was there ever like a blow up or fight, or was it just kind of like, oh?
It kind of started, he stopped messaging me, and me and this brother were really close. And all of a sudden I'm like, you know, where did he go? And I didn't even realize he had stopped talking to me because I was being so public about my job. And we were at a Christmas dinner, and I pulled him aside and asked him, you know, what's going on. And he was like, I can't stand what you do for a living. You know, I everything that you embody is what I hate in a woman. And he has very strong feelings about it. And we ended up kind of getting in this little screaming match, you know, and I'm trying to, I don't know what I was trying to do, explain myself, validate myself, maybe just kind of give him an insight into
your perspective.
My perspective. Thank you. Yeah, my perspective on why I do the things I do, but we just haven't been able to get on an even playing field. But with that being said, you know, everybody is just how I am entitled to live my life and surround myself with the things that I want to surround myself with. So is he, and so is everybody else, you know? So if I'm not your vibe and I'm not your jam, then we don't have to connect.
Right. Yeah. Like if what you're doing, I guess, makes
you uncomfortable,
then you don't have to be around it. And people can't, at the end of the day, help that as long as he's still kind to you.
Yeah,
you know? Like,
totally. Yeah. And I think sometimes it takes time. Like, my life is...
when did this happen? Like, when did this little disagreement with him happen?
Oh, man, I want to say 2 years ago now. Maybe.
Okay, so that's still kind of fresh.
Yeah. What was I going to say? I don't even remember. I lost my train of thought.
I don't know. But him being uncomfortable.
I was saying that sometimes I think it takes time for people to adjust to the lifestyle. You know, my lifestyle is different. So sometimes when I meet new people, or when I, when I first told my mom that I was dancing, I told her I was cocktailing, and then I told her I was dancing, and then I told her I sold feet pics online, and then I told her, you know, like, I kind of ease them into things so they can adjust accordingly. Because it's kind of hard to just say, like, oh, hi, I make porn.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Even when you were younger, did you find yourself more drawn to that kind of career?
100%. Yeah. I've always been really hypersexual. Like, I am totally a sexual being, and it's not in the sense where, like, oh, I'm horny all the time and I'm like, oh my gosh, my pussy's wet right now, let's fuck. Like, it's not that. It's sexual in the sense that, like, I see life through a sexual lens. Like, like, oftentimes when I meet people, I'll sexualize it. You know, I'm like, oh, I wonder how she looks when she gets fucked. Or like, I know that sounds crazy.
No, I actually very much relate to that thought. I
think
do that quite a bit.
I think more
it's
people
just weird.
do than they care to admit.
Oh, no, I'll be honest. I do that too. Even when I see like two couples together, I'm like, oh, they obviously have sex together. I wonder what that looks like.
Same. Yeah. Or like, I wonder like what their dynamic is or why they're like that. Like why they have these boundaries or why they like the things they like. Yeah. Like I don't know. Like sexuality is just such a beautiful thing and I embrace it wholeheartedly.
Well, I want to kind of get into the fetish side of things. Yeah. Like, so you do the fetish bookings. Can you please describe that?
Yeah, what is a fetish booking? How does someone book you?
So I'll give an example. So I have a client who he's in his 60s. He is on the outside. You would think he's a total square. He impressive investment portfolio.
Wow,
big in the business world. Obviously, we're not going to name names, but he in his private life likes to dress up as a woman. And likes for me to fuck him. So his alter ego is Jenny. So I call him Jenny. And we will, and it's a whole thing. So when I know I'm having a booking with him, I go to the sex shop, probably spend a couple hours in there. I'm not even playing like $1,000 worth of equipment here.
You'll go
every
with him?
Time? No, I'll go by myself to kind of surprise him. Depending, but yeah, we like to have fresh toys and things like that. So I'll get a bunch of stuff for butt stuff. I get him an outfit, a wig. Before we start the scene, I'll dress him up. We'll get him in the mentality of like, you're Jenny now.
How do you get him in that mentality?
I think it's just, part of it is putting the clothes on. Like part of it is like the dress up, like,
So when you walk in, it's like serious or like, or is y'all like goofy?
I'm goofy at first. And then when we sit down, I'm like, okay, like I'm the captain now.
Yeah.
But that just depends if that's what he wants. Sometimes it's not, for him, it's not so much about me dominating him. It's about me treating him as a woman. And for him getting to pretend and embody the mentality of a woman. So
do you dress as a man or a woman?
I dress as a woman. Sometimes I'll kind of have a more masculine vibe, but actually I bring a guy for him instead. So like I'll fuck him with my strap on, but sometimes he wants the real deal. So I have male entertainers that I work with and I will bring them along and they will fuck him.
Couple questions here.
A lot to unpack.
Are there situations where this person is married and like, is this a hidden thing? Like, how do y'all keep that a secret?
Mm-hmm. So yeah, a lot of people are married. One way to keep it a secret is travel. A lot of the times it is a business trip, quote unquote, and I go along for the business trip. And then, so he'll do his business during the day and at nighttime we party.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. And then how, like the example that you just gave, how did he find you?
This guy found me through a mutual friend. One of my clients, sugar daddies, whatever, was telling him about me and,
it's like word of mouth, basically.
Word of mouth. Yeah. The other way you can find them a lot of the time is Twitter. Just advertise that you're doing fetish bookings, but a lot of these people sometimes roll in packs. So
wow. So what's the weirdest fetish you've done?
So I guess the weirdest, like, okay, so this happened on webcam, and this was when I was brand spanking new, like new to the game. I had no idea what was about to happen. And I'm sitting down and we're in the public chat. So this is where everybody can see you. And he asked me, he's like, hey, Jacqueline, like, do you have a pair of granny panties? And I'm like, oh yeah, sure. I'm sure I have a pair. And he's like, okay, well, I would love to put you in some granny panties and then let's go private. So, I go in the back, put on my little white Hanes and come back, log on. And you have the option to see their screen if they allow. So he wanted to do a screen record. So I could see him, he could see me. So he turns on his screen and lo and behold, he's in his white Hanes too. And he's like, well, do you like mine? I wanted to match. I'm like, yeah, awesome. You look so great. And he's like, okay, well, here's what we're going to do. So he gets up, turns around, shakes his butt in the camera, turns back around. He's like, did you like that? I'm like, oh yeah, I love it, baby. And then next thing, he's like, okay, well, here's my real show. So he turns around in the camera, bends over, and the next thing I know, there's something that starts to pop out of these white granny panties. And I'm like, what is going on? And the next thing I know, it's shit. So he starts shitting himself while jerking his dick. And as the poop falls into the granny panties, he just nuts all over himself, turns around, looks in the camera, shows his face and everything. And he's like, what did you think, baby? Did you like it? And like I said, I was new, and all I think I said was, well, I've never seen anything like that before. And he still follows me to this day and buys me granny panties off my Amazon wish list because I love me some granny panties. But yeah, that's probably a crazy one.
What fetish is that?
Scat.
Scat?
Scat.
It's like
That's a.
I stand for something?
Yeah.
That's
scat.
it's
scat
common?
porn. Mm-hmm.
I thought that was unique to this person.
Oh no, there's a whole clientele of dudes that like to see girls shit. They like to be shit
like
on.
2 girls in 1 cup.
Yeah. There's guys that want girls to shit on them. I have known men that at the strip club will pay you to go pee in a glass, bring it back out, and for them to drink the piss. Yeah.
What the hell is happening?
There's a niche for everybody.
So will you like, is that like a realm you'll dive
So
into?
it's not, scat porn is for the brave. I do not do scat porn. More power to you if you do it though, but no, it's not. I will watch you shit yourself, sure, but I don't really want to be watched while I shit.
Do you have any fetishes?
Yeah, I do. I have a big pain kink.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I am a sadist and I'm a masochist. So I like to, sadist being I like to give pain, and masochist being I like to receive it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like the receiving part.
Yeah. So I have my bedroom wall. I actually have hooks, and then I have all my whips and chains and floggers on there. Hooks to hold my whips.
Oh, okay. I was like, okay, maybe we're different on
that. Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. And then I really like the structure of it. So like, I think a lot of people think like, oh, she likes pain, so let's just bend her over and spank her really hard or something. Like, no, I like the structure. You know, somebody walks in and they're like, all right, now I'm in charge. Get on your knees, butt to your heels. Tilt your head up at a 90-degree angle, close your eyes, don't look at me unless we're listening, stick your tongue out and wait. And then they walk up and, I don't know, teabag me, whatever they decide to do. And
but I thought you said you didn't like the dominating kind of vibe.
I don't see, that's the thing. I usually like to be the person conducting the scene, but if I'm really comfortable with somebody, then every now and then I like to take a day off from that and be put in my place.
You're saying all this and there's like cups of tea for everybody. And I had the thought, how have I not met or been with a man that's into this? But I'm like, maybe I just don't know.
My ex was. If he would go to BDSM classes.
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff.
See, that's so great. Like actually learning how to safely practice BDSM.
Right. Yeah.
You know, like you can't just pick up a flog. Like, please don't pick up floggers and just start hitting people with them.
No.
Practice your aim, practice your pressure, practice where you're hitting them with the tips of your flogger. Like there's so many little details I think that go into it. And also like incorporating like I said, don't just beat somebody up. Like, you know, flog somebody for a little bit, go down and touch their balls, make sure they're still hard, stick that dick in your mouth, and then go back, flog them again.
What is flogging?
A flog is a whip with tassels. So
okay.
It's like a handle, and then there's multiple leather whips that come off of it. So there's like a single whip, and then there's a flogger which has multiple tassels on it.
Oh,
what is the most common fetish that you see?
Ooh, a really common one is feet. Mm-hmm. People really like feet.
I dated a guy with a feet fetish.
Yeah, it's a real thing.
I had to like do the whole thing with my feet.
What? Wait.
And while I was wearing like stockings
and
I love
stuff.
it.
Yeah. I love it. Like
I
embrace
did
what
it.
you
Did
like.
the whole
thing.
Good
for
you got him to come that way?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
With your feet?
We're working out. Yep.
Hell
yeah.
I love
in a hotel room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or like
I don't want to ask
I'll
when
show
this
you.
was. Okay.
Oh, it wasn't recently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. It was like an older boyfriend.
Oh, okay.
It was hot. I mean,
wow.
I feel like it's hot. Yeah, like sucking on toes, or, you know, like a lot of solo videos, girls will suck their feet while they play with themselves at the same time. Or
fuck, I can't even. I'm not gonna try that right now.
Working on your flexibility so you can like suck the fuck out of your big toe.
So wait, can I ask about like, do you have like your pricing down? Like, is it like open? Like, are people just?
Do you have like a menu?
Yeah, do you have a menu?
I actually don't do a tip menu, and that's actually kind of rare for a lot of OnlyFans girls and guys do. But my page, you log on. And then I have an archive that I put all of my full-length videos on. So just with my subscription, these sex tapes come included, and you can go watch them. And then I post 1 minute to 5 minute teasers of my video on my wall. I will send all of these videos out in a mass DM, and they have the option to purchase them or not. If you subscribe after the fact and you miss that DM, then I tell all my fans to comment need on the post, and they just comment need, and I will send it right over. I like to keep my prices super affordable, so I never charge more than $25 max for a sex tape. I've noticed it's more about volume than it is selling a few like $200 sex tapes. I would rather have a couple thousand followers all buy a $5 sex tape.
Wow.
Right.
Because I mean that equals up to the amount that you're wanting anyway.
Yeah, totally. I try to keep my content long, so most of my sex tapes are anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour.
Whoa.
Yeah. So anytime you buy footage from me, like you're gonna get a couple uses out of that bad boy. But
wow.
Yeah.
Eat up your OnlyFans. Just kidding.
And I just don't do. I guess I don't have a tip menu because I don't take requests. So a lot of girls take requests and they do what are called customs. So guys will say, "Hey, can you play with yourself and say my name? Can you write my name on your body? Can you wear a certain outfit? We can go on with the custom requests, but I just don't take them, so I don't have
when it comes to like fetish bookings, is that all like custom with each person?
Yeah, depending on
what they want,
depending on their fetish. Yeah.
Are those like more one-on-one things? Those aren't more affordable, right? Like those are more like those are
very expensive.
Yeah, that's
those
what I was about to
very
ask.
Expensive.
Okay, because that's a whole ass thing.
Yeah. Especially like depending on how long you want to be in the booking. I will charge you anywhere from $2,000 to $10,000 to do that. So
fuck yeah.
Oh my god.
Depending on the kink, the time, and how many days you want me out there. Am I traveling to have to go see you?
What's the most expensive kink?
Or what? Yeah, what has the most you've been paid for like a job like
or if
this?
you don't even want to answer that, what's the most expensive kink in general?
The most expensive kink, I would say, I charge a lot for humiliation.
Wait.
Oh, what? I do that for free.
Yeah, like if you want me to degrade you, then I actually charge more for that. And I charge a lot for dressing men up as women and fucking them because it's just such a process, and there's so much that I'm doing outside of it, and there's so much that I'm.
You have to mentally prepare for that too.
And I prepare the scene. I'll put Jenny, for example, in a mood, in a vibe, like, okay, we just got home from the bar and you've been wanting to have a lesbian experience, but you've just never had the balls to try it, but we had enough to drink tonight. So tonight you're actually going to get it going. And then I'll put things in the room that help him get into that mindset. And then I'll think of each individual sexual scenes to do. So there's like a structure, and it's really gratifying for them. And like, they really can live out the fantasy, if that makes sense. So there's a lot of time and preparation that goes into those.
So wait, with humiliation,
yeah,
do you ever with what like do you
so like little
hit people like do you
so that's actually usually more of a verbal thing. It can be okay, so one time
thing?
Well,
I would cry.
I also want to know the mental like correlation or what goes on in the brain to like, it's like you're being degraded and getting like insulted, but it's arousing you. Like, what is that?
So I think a lot of it is a feeling of self-empowerment for them. I think, so let's just take little dick shaming, for example. Like there's a lot of guys that want to be told that they have micro penises, etc.
Do they?
Oh yeah.
And they want to be told that?
Yeah. A lot of guys want to do that. And, I think that is them taking their own power back and being like, you know what, I don't have a big dick and I just want to be told that it's small, but somewhere in their head, it got turned around to, that's them taking control. you know, that's them
wow,
coping with their insecurities.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I have another question.
okay.
So what's something that you say to them, or not the micro penis, but just if you wanted
to humiliate,
to degrade or humiliate, what's like one thing that's like, what the fuck is that like?
I'll tell guys like I'll touch myself in front of them and I'll be like, yeah, I bet you wish you just had a big old cock to fill me up with, but you're such a fucking loser that your dick's so small I wouldn't even be able to feel it. Next thing you know, I'm going to call another guy over here and he can show you how to fuck a woman the real way because he actually has a big old man dick and you don't. So, you know.
What is their response to that?
They like it.
They like it. They get harder and they're like, oh yes, baby, tell me more.
Is it like a challenge for them maybe?
No, I really just think it's like, I don't know. They love hearing it, man. They love it.
Have you ever filmed filmed porn with someone with a micro penis?
No.
Do people want to see that? Do you even want to do that?
I think that guys don't really care as much. Like, as long as it's a dick going inside me, I think they're pretty happy.
Okay.
Because I have filmed with a guy that was maybe about like 5.5 inches or something like that. You know, It wasn't the biggest penis. But I never got any complaints. And actually, some of those videos used to do way better than the ones with.
Because it's something you don't see a lot.
Yeah. Or I think sometimes that also goes back into like the genuine experience. You know, like most guys don't have a giant horse cock. The average penis is not big. Like seriously, like people have this stigma thinking that guys are all supposed to have these giant dicks when it's just not true. Mm-hmm. So I think people like seeing, you know, like that could be their dick going in.
Yeah.
You know? They're like, oh, yeah, that's
exactly.
my size. Yeah.
Do you like wearing a strap on?
I do.
I feel like that's like always been like a low key thing for me. I'm like, I kind of want to try that.
Like I like to peg and I like to fuck girls.
For a guy.
For a guy?
Yeah, I talked about that with my ex.
You'd peg him?
Stephanie.
No, we didn't do it.
There's so much I don't know here.
Well,
you were going to do that to him?
I wanted to.
Oh, wow.
I didn't, but it wasn't something that I thought about all the time. I was just like, I kind of want to do that.
Did he want to do it too?
He was kind of open to it. We didn't dive in on it, but yeah.
I've never had a guy
I like that
not
dominating
like
kind of feeling. Like
yeah.
I'm such a very like, I could tell people what to do all fucking day. Like I'm very type A, whatever. But so when it comes to like the bedroom, I'm like, I really don't want to do that. Like, can you? You know, I like that alpha male shit when it comes to that. But sometimes I do want to have that dominating, like, no, you know, and I feel like I can't really do that unless I have that, you know.
I'm just thinking about.
I know, but
I'm just thinking about a guy's booty cheeks right now, and I just I don't know.
They love it. The male G spot is in the ass. Like, God, fingers in the man's butt is the way to go. You want to make your man come, you suck his dick and stick your fingers up there, and I guarantee.
Every guy I've been with won't let me do it.
Really?
Yeah, it's because of the stigma.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, oh, you have to be, I don't know, like you're gay if you do it. Like, which is so stupid. Like it's so dumb that something that can cause somebody such pleasure, society can totally flip it around and say, oh, this is taboo and this is not okay. When in reality, like it's just pleasure, and pleasure is healthy. It's positive, you know, and it's a good thing to embrace and do for yourself.
Wow.
Use lots of lube.
No, I mean, that's something that I became really comfortable in my last relationship, but it's something that I like.
I always wanted to do it. The guys are just like so hesitant on it.
I did a lot of weird stuff.
There's some things I don't know. I want to go back to the strap-on thing. Is phantom dick a thing? Like, do you, if you know?
We talked about that in lesbian sex. We had an episode about that.
Like, if you have a strap-on on, can you almost like start to feel it? It's like a phantom dick.
Like, can you come from that?
No, I've never actually felt like that penis was attached to me.
Well, like, do you get so aroused from doing that that you like?
So yes, I can. But I think a lot of that might be that the way the strap-on
it's
is,
like rubbing.
it's kind of like rubbing your clit when you fuck them. There's also strap-ons that are like dual-sided, and you can have like a vibrator on the side for you.
Oh,
and then,
wow. So. That would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah. But I think I love it because I like watching them like have pleasure. You know what I mean? Like I really just like watching my partner like take it and love it. So I mean, that's why I like it.
I'm
like, I don't know.
This is the craziest.
And you can like, what's so nice about strap-ons and like lesbian sex is like you can pick the size dick you want. Like, you know,
there's toys
like,
for everything,
right? Like you want a big old 10-incher, or you want like a little 5 cutie. Like,
is there a toy out there that doesn't exist that you wish did?
Oh man, that's a great question.
Yeah.
I honestly cannot think of one, but I'm sure there is a toy for everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where's your favorite place to get toys?
I guess I go on Fascinations a lot, and
that's the second time we've heard
yeah,
of that.
Yeah, and low key Amazon.
Okay.
Or like if you just look online, there's lots of stuff. Door swings, strap-ons.
Do you like swings?
Yeah, I like swings. They give you a lot of like.
I feel like there was a swing attached in this apartment. There's 2 hooks on each like side, and I'm like, I can't think of what else that would have been for. There's
maybe
like
a hammock.
Oh, but goddamn,
there. I know, right?
Like I'll show you. Yeah, but anyway, I was
swings
thinking about
fun because they just give you a lot of like leverage, and like you can like push somebody on you.
Oh, that's true.
I've never been in a swing.
I haven't been in a hammock. All right. Well, I kind of want to go back to like being sober in the industry. What made you decide you wanted to do that?
So I started drinking at a really, really young age. I mean, like we're talking middle school. And I think, my life was really just spiraling out of control. Like I was not, for the longest time I would consider myself, I guess, a functioning alcoholic and addict. And I was still paying my bills. I was still getting everything done, but was I waking up and taking a shot first thing in the morning? Like I didn't even have to walk to my kitchen counter. The bottle was just right there on my nightstand.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, so I was really struggling with some addiction issues. So I actually went to a treatment center. I spent 2 months in treatment, came back.
How old were you?
I was 23.
Okay.
Maybe, I think 23, around there. Came back, ended up relapsing, and like I said, things were just so out of control that I was like, I have to get this together. And it was really hard at the time. I was still dancing, and especially in that environment, a lot of the times we like to drink with our guests. It helps our confidence. It helps us talk. It helps, so many different things. So it was a really big transition as far as sex work, doing my job sober. Like all of a sudden, like you can't have booze confidence, it needs to come from rooted inside of you. The social aspect of it was really hard. I used to think I was this really big, crazy social butterfly. And then I got sober and I'm like, wow, whoa, I am not social at all. Yeah. I'm a total homebody. I don't go out much. I don't like big crowds. I don't like loud noises. I like a really mellow setting. But as I did it, I noticed that I was making more money. I was more aware of the things going on around me. And in turn, I think I just got better at my job. Just, when you're not drinking, you have to sit and think with your thoughts and sit and think about situations and actually analyze them and what's going on. You can't just brush it aside because, you're fucked up. It's been a blessing. It's been a total blessing. I'll have 2 years here coming up soon.
Wow. So you're sober inside and outside of the industry.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I haven't had a drink in almost 2 years.
Would you say that, this industry is very drug and alcohol related? Like that there are a lot of people that do that, or that it's common? Like,
I do think it is common. Yeah. I think I have seen a lot of girls and guys struggle with addiction issues. I think, like I said, it goes back to just the confidence thing. But, usually people aren't drinking because of sex work. People are drinking because of other issues. It's just that I think, birds of a feather flock together.
Is it like more common that the more like professional and successful people in this industry are sober?
No, I don't say there is a correlation between that. I think it's just so personal for every individual person. Because, you know, there's people that are super successful and they turn the fuck up.
Yeah.
Power to them. I can't turn down, you know, like once I start, like, you know, next thing I'll know it's 2 weeks later and I'm like, wait, I thought it was last Friday.
Last thing I know it's 2 weeks later.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
yeah, but it's a blessing and I like it. I like working sober. It's, you know, it's enlightening.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, I can't do anything like we post about weed and psychedelics and like stuff like that all the time on here, and we'll like drink, but I could never go to work. I could never edit. I could never do anything work related under the influence of something. And that's why I feel so confident in posting about those things, because I'm like, yeah, I can post that I smoke weed, but I still make my deadlines. Like I'll still do this. Like I still show up to work. Like, and it's just like a fine balance, because like if I wasn't doing those things and I was posting that I was like drinking and like smoking and like all these drugs, and like people would be like, I would never get hired. It'd be I'd be irresponsible. So
I mean, I think it's kind of hard in the industry because there isn't a lot of guidelines for that, you know, like at most strip clubs, like you can drink on the job. It's encouraged. So it's very much like a self thing that you have to do. There's nobody that's going to hold you accountable but yourself in this industry.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, are we allowed to, I want to talk about money.
Okay.
And I know
you don't have to answer.
You don't have to answer.
But we are curious.
I want to know, like, what's the ballpark number that like I don't even know, because there's so many things that you can make money in. But like, what's a ballpark? How could we ask you this question?
A week,
and you answer
a month.
Yeah. Like what? I want people to know how badass this is.
So, first thing is it varies for everyone, and the second thing, it is not always consistent. You know, there are months where I have made $20,000 on OnlyFans a month, and there are months where I have made $5,000. There's months where I have made only $1,000, like when I was starting out. You know, some bookings don't have the budget to pay you that much, so some are going to pay you more, some are going to pay you less. It can be really inconsistent, which is scary. So, you know, I would say off OnlyFans, I like to average. Oh my God, am I really going to say this on a podcast?
You also don't have to, but like, but we're so fucking curious, because like you've been open about how much you make and stuff too. So it's just like, or have you?
I don't know about on here, but it does vary.
It totally varies.
I think the highest mine went was 15 a month. 15,000.
15,000.
Yeah,
that sounds about right. That's actually what I like to average a month.
Yeah,
I like to average anywhere from 10 to 15,000 a month.
So
great. But it's really not always like that. You know, like there are times where, you know, you don't make your goal. And it's about being smart with your money and saving when you have those good times.
Yeah. I was going to ask, like, do you invest in saving anything? Like,
I'm just trying to save for a house.
Feel
damn.
that.
Yeah. Especially here. Oh my God.
It's so expensive. But yeah. And then, you know, if I have to travel to go see a guy or something like that, you know, I like 10 grand in my pocket.
Fucking
so, yeah. So, you know, if you
it's the way you say it too. You're just like,
I want 10,000 in my pocket.
You're just like, I want 10 grand in my pocket.
Well,
okay. Like, so here's wire this to you? Like what?
I typically cash. Cash is best.
$10,000
yeah. We like the cash, but you know, it's not always that way. But I gotta say, like, that also comes with my experience. Like, I did not always charge that much, and I did not always get paid that much, and it depends on your situation. So when I was struggling, you know, getting sober, you know, there was a time when I couldn't even afford my rent. Like, I was just trying to hustle and get everything done. And at that time, you know, would I have taken a booking for $1,000? Would I have taken a booking for $500 because I was in that situation and need the money? 100%. You know, so like you do what you got to do. You hustle the way you got to hustle, like, and you take whatever you can get. But now that I'm in a position to say no to clients, you know, that's why I charge so high, because I don't have to say yes to those prices. So like, I don't want anyone to hear that and be discouraged and like, oh, I need to go make this amount of money when I'm tricking or doing whatever that it is you want to do. You know, you correlate your prices to what you need in life at that moment.
Right. That's how I do with like my own photography pricing too.
Right.
And just like this, and people are always like, how much should I charge? Or what should I charge for this? And I'm like, what are you comfortable with? What experience do you have that makes this worth it? Basically, like, it's so,
Yeah, totally. Like, it's just, I feel like people get so caught up in my industry about like, oh, I'm making this much, or I want to make this much, or people like to be flashy about what they make, or, I just think it's personal. And I think if you're making any kind of money doing any kind of job, then you should be proud of that.
Right.
You know what I
mean? Damn. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
Well, I want to
be proud, baby.
Yeah. Well, okay. So let's get into the whole Jacqueline, your name. How did you get Jacqueline Valentine?
Jacqueline.
So it used to be Jacqueline Bordeaux. And so me and my girlfriends, we used to like to go downtown and do like contacts, wigs, and just look like a totally different person. And we would like to go out and introduce ourselves as different people.
Yeah.
And the way we got our names was everybody's name had to start with the first letter of their real name. So my real name starts with a J, so Jacqueline, and then the last name had to be a wine region. So
okay.
Yeah, so it was Jacqueline Bordeaux. I had a friend named Aria Beaujolais, whatever. So when I first auditioned at the strip club, they were like, what do you want your name to be? And I was so put on the spot. I was like, fuck, I didn't even think about that. I was like, I guess it'll be Jacqueline. So it turned into Jacqueline. And then with webcamming, I ended up throwing the Valentine on there.
So, well, have you ever thought about changing it?
No, I think
it's very you.
I like my name.
I don't know any other
I think
Jacquelines,
it just gets too confusing.
It's like, this is the vibe.
Yeah. We were saying when I was typing up these questions, I was like, it's a mission to spell out Jacqueline.
Yeah, my phone wants to be like, I'm like, okay, I have to focus on it. And I'm like, God damn.
Right, right. It's so weird actually now when people call me by my government name. Like, it's so
It showed up on my phone and I was like, who is this?
Yeah, it's so weird. Like, I mean, it's just.
Have you thought about fully changing it to that or no?
No, probably because I still want to keep like some sense of self. It's kind of hard because like I think sometimes people have this name to separate themselves, like it's like a mask and kind of like it's like this is a performance.
The character, yeah.
Right, but at the same time for me, like it's not so much a performance for me, like I really embody my lifestyle, like I am Jacqueline, you know, and I like it is true. Like I am Jacqueline and everything that I say is Jacqueline. And then my other name, I think it's just weird because I don't know a lot of people from pre-sex work that know that name. So when they say it, or like people from high school, I'm just like, man, don't use my fucking government name. Like, that's for my parents to use and a lover. Like you can call me
Okay, so
Jacqueline.
boyfriends call you, or girlfriends.
Girlfriends, yeah, I like both. They typically call me my real name.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, but sometimes, they like to call me Jacqueline. Depends on the mood.
How do you protect your identity?
Not saying my real name, you don't put, I do put that I live in Colorado, on my platform. But it's just be careful. Don't give out your number. Like if some guy wants to do a FaceTime call with you, use Skype, things like that.
What about your sugar daddies?
It depends on the relationship. So when I start out, they know me as Jacqueline. I don't drop a last name, none of that. I actually never drop a last name. But if I develop a relationship with somebody, and it's long term, then I'll tell them my real name. And usually with sugar daddies, you're kind of building a connection. So, I'll talk about where I'm from and, my past and things like that.
So those are the more intimate connections that you make in the industry.
Yeah. But, it's hard. Just, be careful online. Don't go meet somebody without a buddy. If you're going to work. So say like, just as far as safety, like say you're going to dance at a guy's house for like a house party, they want to do a bachelorette or something. If you're going to go, like, bring security, bring your own team, have somebody drive you. Somebody should be waiting in that car for you the entire time, checking up with you.
Do you hire bodyguards?
I do hire bodyguards if I'm doing anything at somebody's house. So I have somebody drive me. I'll pay them 20% of whatever I make.
And did they go
whole
inside?
20%, yeah.
Do they go inside with you? Or?
No, not always. Usually they'll stay out in front. So I just have them wait outside, and I do a 30-minute check-in. If nobody has checked in with you in 30 minutes, come knocking on that door. It also helps if somebody doesn't want to give you your money. If you're ever in that situation, they're there to make sure that you get paid. They make sure that you don't get, that you're safe. They're,
have you ever had like a situation where you're not like safe, or like that you felt very uncomfortable?
When I was drinking, I think I did put myself in some pretty stupid situations that I'm pretty lucky to have gotten out of. Yeah, I've definitely had some situations pre-security where there's a reason why I hire security now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I want to kind of also get into like cosmetic stuff.
Yeah.
So like,
is that common in the industry?
So here's what I love about porn in general is there really is a niche for everybody. Like, you do not have to pretend or try to look like anybody that you don't want to. Like, people will love you for you. Like, there are girls that are making thousands and thousands and $1,000s a month with no plastic surgery. They have mom bod, stretch marks, like makeupless faces, and they're the real deal, all natural, and people love it. And then there's, people that want to have somebody that looks more cosmetic and somebody that has treatments, so I think like you get whatever treatment you want for you and your brand and what you want to look like. But, for myself, I've had my boobs done. I get my lips done. I have filler in my nose to fix a little bit of a bump. And
your lips are amazing.
Thanks. My girl is the shit.
Oh my God. They look so real.
Thank you. Yeah, I think I have like 2 syringes in there.
And I could tell, but when you're talking, I'm like, I don't know if those are not real.
Yeah, you got to go to somebody good. Go to somebody good, and it's so worth it. If you've ever debated getting your lips done, do it.
Yeah. Is there like a specific look that people go for that is more successful?
No, like I said, I think like you can be successful looking however you want to. Like you will find your corner of the internet that loves you for the way that you look. I like more of a glammed vibe. That's just kind of how I like to show my brand. But yeah, no, I don't feel like I ever got more successful by getting surgery. I will say, actually, I think I made more money at a strip club because of boobs. I do think maybe like
every time a girl took her top off, I was like, there you go. There you go. Like, it was great.
But I love like natural small titties, dude. I love it.
Small babies are so cute.
Bounce and they do the wave. The wave.
Boobs are just great. I don't know.
Yeah, there's no bad boobs. There's no such thing. Like, there's no such thing.
And then there's boobs for everybody. Like, Well, so I guess Is cosmetic surgery, like, is that something you have to constantly uphold? Like the way, like.
My thing with cosmetic surgery is it's maintenance. You got to go a couple times a year to get your touch-ups in like my nose and my lips. And I also have Sculptra in my butt to get rid of the hip dips that you have. Yeah, so I have like shots in my butt that grows.
What is that?
That is Sculptra. So
is that how you get that full
kind of
what
like
the Kardashians have?
The Kardashians have BBLs. They have full-blown fat transfers. So they take the fat from other parts of your body, contour it, and then they put it in your butt. Mine is
why
shots to build collagen.
Looks like that.
Yeah.
Oh, yours is collagen?
It builds your own collagen. Yeah. So it just gets rid of the dip. So like if you wanted to get a fat old ass with Sculptra, you would need tons and tons of shots. But I just have some to fill the dips.
I just want to look at your butt.
Yeah, same.
Bro, you're gonna see my butt. I'm gonna show you all my footage.
Oh my God, I want that.
And I think the most important thing with cosmetic surgery is being fucking honest about it. Like I can't stand because I cannot stand when girls try to say like, oh, I was just born this way, because it just puts out such a bad self-image, I think, for other women. It's like, no, like I did not look like this a couple years ago. Like I have shit in my face that makes me look this way,
And it goes against the whole thing that, like, being natural, or just like, hey, like women, if you're born this way, great. If you get this done, great. Don't fucking lie about it and change the stigma of beauty. Like,
well, because how are you going to compare you're like, oh, you know, you're comparing. I think people compare themselves to other people online so much, and that's a huge no. You know, don't ever do that to yourself. But you know, you're like, oh, well, why don't I look like that? You know, why aren't my lips full like that? Or like, why is her ass so fat? You know, but really it's because she spent $10,000 on a BBL. You know, I spent $10,000 on my boobs. I've spent, you know, $5,000 on my face. Like you know, like I've put a lot of investment and money into my appearance. But yeah, I think as long as you're open and honest about it and real about it.
Because like at the end of the day, like nobody fucking cares anymore. Like you don't have to lie.
Why do you care?
Yeah, like, or why do you talk to them? Like it's just like weird. I'm just like not in that place of like one caring what other people are doing, and then like
then they don't have to be in your life. You surround yourself with the people that, you know, build you up and fuck with what you're doing. If they don't fuck with what you're doing, then they don't need to be a part of your process and a part of your journey, you know?
Yeah. Is there anyone that you look up to in this industry?
I guess there's nobody that I look up to that like I aspire to be like, but I am always taking notes. So like, you know, Lena Paul, for example, is somebody I just love in the industry. I love her porn so much.
What about her porn do you love?
Oh, she's just so, I feel like she just looks so genuine, and I just love how she looks when she gets fucked. And like oh
my God, I love this.
It's so true though. So like when I watch her, I'm like, oh, I really like how she did that there. I really like that dirty talk that they did there. Like, so, you know, I'll take notes and I'll try to incorporate it into my performance, into the things that I do.
Okay. That's cool. Damn.
Yeah, that is nice.
Yeah. Like, you know, I watch porn for research purposes.
Yeah.
Quite literally.
I'm like, damn, should I?
I mean, I think the times, because I don't really watch porn.
I don't watch porn.
I mean, don't take tips from porn. That is not what I'm trying to say. Porn is not real.
But I want to
all of it. But I have like learned some things, and I'm like, I don't want to try that.
Yeah. No, totally. I think, I don't know.
I'm blown away.
Do what floats your boat.
My brain is
always do what floats your boat.
Exactly. Yeah. Dan, this has been one of the best interview. This may be the best interview we've ever done. I'm sorry. Like these are the questions that everybody is so curious about. Like truly. Like what the fuck? Yeah. I don't think you understand how much I love you. Like I am so just like obsessed with you right now. Oh my God. Yes. Is there anything we didn't cover? Anything that anything that you're like, damn, I want to talk about that?
How long do you intend to do this for? Just until?
You know, I don't have a limit or a cap on it right now. I think I'm young and have plenty of time. And even if I wasn't young, I think you still have plenty of time. You know, like this industry doesn't have an age cap, no matter what people tell you.
It's so true though.
Yeah. And I consider my job real work. So I don't think it's something where like, oh, well, you need to go find a real job and you need to go, you know, what are your plans to like, when you have to exit the industry? Like, you know, no, my job is a real job right now, just like your 9 to 5. So I'm okay with working this real job. And then obviously, you know, I might get tired out and then, you know, we'll invest money and we'll make smart business decisions. Do
you like want kids one day?
I do. I want to adopt kids.
Oh, cute. Okay. So do you think that you would still do that with kids? Like, or like,
100% I would. And I think I'd be really honest with my kids about it. I think it's
great.
Yeah. It's all about education.
And exposing them to like, hey, like this is a style of work. It doesn't have to be a taboo. This is work.
Yeah,
you know?
No, totally. I'm very sex positive in the sense that I think it should be talked about. And granted, you say things in an age appropriate way,
right?
At an age appropriate time. But I don't think sex is negative. I don't think people watching you have sex is negative. You know, I think these are all positive. I think masturbation is a self-care thing. Yeah. You know, it's a good thing to do for yourself. It's not something you should have to do in a closet, you know, hiding from everybody. So I think with that one, it really is just about educating my kid on, you know, what my beliefs are, and then they can choose their own from there.
Fuck yeah. Okay.
Wow, I love that so much.
Damn. Yeah. Wow. This has been amazing. Like, but before we wrap this up, we have 3 questions for you that are totally unrelated to this entire thing.
Oh gosh, bring it on.
Okay, so do you want to go first?
Sure. What is your favorite way to cook or eat a potato?
She's like after all these questions, it's that.
French fries.
Yes, thank you. See, I
Love a good fry.
Yeah, no. But what about cooking it?
Because
I don't really ever cook fries.
I do cook fries though.
Oh, you do?
I do.
Do you like the big wedge ones?
I usually just chop them, oil it, and put it in the.
You like make.
Yeah,
I mean,
like the frozen bag.
Yeah. Fun fact: I'm a vegan.
So, me too.
Us too. Yeah. So do you guys feel like you cook a lot more?
Well, yeah.
Like you just like kind of have to.
But here, I mean, but I've been starting to do like Yaye, and they're like this vegan gluten-free delivery service that's here in Denver, and they're amazing.
I used to do Sunbasket, but I stopped.
You need to try Yaye. I like love this stuff. But yeah, wait, how long have you been vegan?
Oh, it's pretty recent. I would say like 7 months or something.
Okay.
Like
do you like it?
I love it. My body feels so much better. Like the best thing I've ever done for myself.
I've been doing it for over 9 years.
Oh my
gosh. It's like if you stick to it, you really will start to notice your skin changing, your hair changing, your body changing. Like my skin, I used to be I don't ever really break out ever. My hair is fuller and thicker. My nails grow longer. Like it's just, I mean, that's all part of the diet.
I noticed the most with my sleep.
Yes. Oh,
sleep
yeah.
improvement.
Well, I notice it's this common, like when people eat dairy and meat, that they snore a lot more often.
Is that a thing?
Like, and it may be because it inflames like a lot of things.
Oh,
like,
wow. I didn't.
Yeah.
Dairy
Dairy is very acidic. And I try to explain this to me. And sodas are too. Meat is very acidic. And so it can be very like, like. Yeah.
Interesting.
What's the second question?
Oh, yeah. Okay. If you could be good at any Olympic sport, hot or summer or winter, which one would it be?
Ooh. Well, first off, I'm horrible at sports.
But if you could just be
really
the best.
bad. If I could, I guess I would be a really badass gymnast.
Okay.
So I could do flippy flexible stuff.
Damn, okay, flippy flexible
stuff.
stuff. Yeah. A lot of people choose gymnastics, and I do synchronized swimming.
Ooh.
Yours is gymnastics too,
I
right?
think mine was,
Yeah.
Or ice skating.
Okay, now we're changing it.
I don't know who the
Ice skating's sick though.
You got to be a
Ice
good
skating
gymnast.
is
You have
sick.
to like that incorporates gymnastics.
Oh, absolutely. I
Like,
feel like you have to do.
I've seen the slow-mo videos where they just toss the girl up in the air and she like flips a couple times and then they catch.
I just see fucking blades whenever that's happening. I'm like, oh my god.
Right.
Like, okay, third question.
Would you rather, and I don't know if this would apply because you're sober, but would you rather smoke weed on the beach or trip psychedelics in the desert?
This could be before you're sober, or just if you were, whatever.
I would rather smoke weed on a beach, but I want a lawn chair so I don't have to sit in the sand. I don't like sand.
Oh my god, that's so funny. That's so specific.
I just think of I hear beach and I think sand and all my crevices where it shouldn't be.
Yeah,
And
I just
can't
feel like
stand that.
sand is a little overrated. I'm
pesky.
sorry. I have a question. Where's the weirdest place you've had sex?
The weirdest
Yeah.
place? Okay, I'm actually not one of those people that likes to have public sex and stuff like that. Like, give me a bed and room and a private fucking location.
Well, yeah.
So I really, I had sex in a porta potty one time. I did. It was disgusting. I don't recommend.
This is so funny.
Oh, wow.
I was not expecting that at all.
No. I was young and I was horny and nobody has a place to live and a car and stuff. So you're like, oh, well
Where was were you at a festival or
no, there used to be construction by my house.
That's better than a festival. I'll give you
Yeah,
that.
there was all this construction and they had the porta potties for the employees. So I just went in there.
Damn, that's fucking legit.
Wow. No, it's not. It's horrible and gross and not sanitary.
God. I know, I'm just not expecting that at all.
Oh my
gosh. Okay, well, wait.
That wraps it up.
Wow.
Hey.
Wait, have you ever tripped psychedelics before?
I have. I'm not a big fan. I'm a little little too negative in the headspace.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, we could have dove in on that, but we'll wrap it up. This has been so good.
This has been an experience.
Like, wow.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. Well, where can our listeners find you at?
So I have an IG, which is Jacqueline Valentine 69. I don't advertise too much my job on there, just, IG. But I do most of my work through Twitter. My @ is spelled UR Little Valentine.
Wow, cute.
Yeah, your Little Valentine. And my OnlyFans.
What is your handle?
On OnlyFans?
Yeah.
Just Jacqueline Valentine.
Okay.
I have my name pretty basic. Yeah.
Wow.
So you can get in touch with me that way, and if you want to come,
she's available for bookings.
Yeah,
if you need a nut, I'm here for you.
Could you actually fucking imagine if you got like a booking or whatever
from the podcast,
and they're like, "Hey, I found you through those two girls."
Here we go. I would probably give them their next month free because that would be so awesome. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. If you subscribe to me from this podcast, I will give you your next month free.
Oh my God. Y'all better get on it.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Damn. Okay. Holy shit. Wait. Let's do our outro.
Oh,
Do I do this with you?
No. We're trying to be better about like promoting our stuff. So anyways,
thanks.
Thank you so much for listening and making it this far. If you enjoyed the episode, please give us a 5-star rating, or I guess whatever you're comfortable with.
No, 5-star rating.
Yeah, what the hell?
I don't know.
I know. We could. Yeah.
Okay, we're getting better.
Yeah. But yeah, follow us.
Leave us a review. Leave us a comment. You can find us at Oh Here We Go. That is OHH. Here we go. Yeah. It basically has 3 H's. It's interesting.
Yeah.
But you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. You can watch the full episode on YouTube too. But yeah, we love to hear your feedback. I know we talk about a lot of things that they're not controversial, but it's just like they're different perspectives, and so we want to hear your perspective on things and what you truly think.
We want to have these interesting topics.
Yeah, no, I love how you guys are thinking out of the box.
Yeah, like we're from the South, and we were very sheltered, and we're luckily got out of that, and we just want to learn. Our theme is growth, and but not in the way of like
the world is so big, you might as well
big, and this is like stuff like this has been just incredible, and we've learned a lot, and we want to hear from you guys. We want to hear what you think. If you have any topics for us that kind of branch off of this that you want us to bring on a guest about, and follow Jacqueline and get in there. But well, thank you guys for listening. Thanks for making it this far, and
we'll see you in our next episode.
Yeah,
bye.
You guys are on Twitter, right? Because that's where I do most of my...
We followed each other.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
I'm almost at 90,000.
God, we're at 125.
God, how? What do you do?
Just
on
everything.
There?
Posted my pussy. I'm not kidding. I posted my pussy last night.
Oh my God!
Like right here. Yeah. And I posted it like this is on my Twitter. Like, have you guys like seen my Twitter? Like, scroll through my Twitter. Scroll through my media.
Okay, I had no idea that.
Yeah, like no, like Twitter, like porn is my main jam now. Like I've done it all, but yeah.
He's like mowing. Is
that
a Lego?
Yeah, it's a Lego mowing my land.
Switch this whole interview up.
Yeah, like porn and OnlyFans is like my main jam, but I've done
So like,
it
would
all.
you be like porn star?
Technically, that's what I would be called.
Okay, so
Amateur porn star.
Adult entertainer.
Yeah,
porn
right.
star.
This is fucking like legit.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's hotter than an adult porn star.
You're a porn star.
Yeah, I guess. It's funny like saying that out loud, but like, yeah, that's would be my title, I guess.
That's so hot. Oh my God.
Yeah, if you have 90,000 followers posting porn on Twitter, you're a porn star.
I guess so.
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay.
It's not 9. We're close. I'm at 86,000. 86,700. How do you say that?
86,007K. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I'll hit 90 by the end of this weekend.
86.7.
Oh my God, this is about to be so lit.